Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chesterton's Jest, where we keep a critical eye on faith and culture, especially within the Catholic Church today. In an age where even church teachings seem to be shifting, we're here to explore and question the ideas and changes that challenge timeless truths. Through thought-provoking, often humorous perspectives, we aim to bring clarity to conversations others might avoid, holding fast to orthodoxy with the courage to question what feels off track. If you would like to join us as we dig deeper into the faith with reverence, wit, and a touch of Chestertonian insight, you can support this channel by gently pressing the like, share, and subscribe buttons in that order, and we thank you for your support. And now, without further ado, swearing by dead gods, medicine's ancient oath in a modern world. Introduction: the unseen paradox. Why do we trust the hands that heal us while they swear fealty to gods who have long since faded into myth? Our medical professionals, bound by the Hippocratic Oath, invoke the names of Apollo, Asclepius, Hygieia, and Panacea, figures who, while charming as relics of a bygone world, have no bearing on the faith or philosophy of the modern age. This raises an important question. Why do we, as a society, cling to an oath rooted in ancient paganism? Does this invocation, with all its pomp and antiquity, serve to ennoble the medical profession, or does it expose an unsettling hollowness at its core? And how does this oath, so rooted in idealism, square with the grim realities of a medical industry entangled with corporate profit? Let us explore the pagan roots of the Hippocratic Oath, the legacy it carries, and how the modern medical profession, while adorned with ancient ideals, often falls short of its lofty promises. Chapter 1. Pagan Gods in Whitecoats. The Hippocratic Oath, attributed to Hippocrates of Kos, begins with an invocation of Apollo, the god of healing, and his divine entourage. These names, Asclepius, Hygieia, Panacea, once adorned temples where supplicants sought cures for their maladies. While poetic, these invocations are curious relics in a world where most physicians would hardly claim belief in Zeus, let alone Apollo. Why then do we persist in this curious tradition? Is it because the oath, as it stands, offers a certain gravitas? Does swearing by gods lend a moral weight that mere human vows cannot? Or is it simply that we are reluctant to abandon the comfort of ritual, even when its spiritual underpinnings have been long abandoned? It is worth noting that other professions do not invoke such bygone deities. Architects do not swear by Vulcan when forging steel girders. Chemists do not call upon Hermes before concocting formulas. Yet, in medicine, we cling to this archaic gesture as though it lends divine authority to the hands of the healer. But perhaps this raises a deeper question. Can a profession built on secular science borrow moral authority from a pantheon in which it no longer believes? Chapter 2. The lofty ideal of do no harm. The phrase primum non nocere, first do no harm, is often associated with the Hippocratic Oath, though it does not appear verbatim in the original text. It encapsulates a noble ideal, one that presumes the physician will act always in the best interest of the patient. But ideals, like ancient gods, are often betrayed by the messy realities of human ambition. In the modern era, the medical profession has not only failed to do no harm, but has often institutionalized harm through profit-driven motives. The rise of pharmaceutical giants, whose influence looms over every aspect of healthcare, has transformed medicine into an industry where treating symptoms is more profitable than curing ailments. Consider the opioid crisis, a catastrophe fueled by corporations marketing addictive painkillers while minimizing their risks, or the countless chronic conditions managed with lifelong prescriptions rather than addressed at their root. Medicine, once a vocation dedicated to healing, has become a lucrative enterprise where sickness itself is a commodity. It was not always so. For centuries, hospitals were run by religious orders and funded by charity, not venture capital. Physicians were motivated by duty and vocation rather than profit margins. The shift to a profit-driven model has warped the very soul of medicine, reducing patients to revenue streams and physicians to reluctant salespeople for pharmaceutical empires. If doing no harm is the foundation of medical ethics, what are we to make of a system that profits from perpetual sickness? Chapter 3. Ritual without belief. The invocation of dead gods in the Hippocratic Oath is, in some ways, a perfect metaphor for the modern medical industry, a ritual performed out of habit, devoid of its original faith. Just as the names of Apollo and Asclepius are invoked without belief, so too are lofty ideals like compassion, selflessness, and healing uttered in a system that often undermines them. The oath's invocation of gods once served as a reminder of the physician's responsibility to something higher than themselves. In a pagan world, this meant the gods. In a Christian society, it could mean God or the inherent dignity of the human soul. But in a secular, profit-driven system, what higher principle remains? The absence of belief leaves a vacuum, one that is easily filled by less noble gods, Mammon, the god of greed, or Narcissus, the god of self-interest. If the ancient oath once tethered physicians to divine accountability, its modern iteration often leaves them adrift in a sea of corporate incentives and personal ambition. Chapter 4. Reimagining the Oath. If the Hippocratic Oath is to remain relevant, it must be more than a quaint nod to antiquity. It must be reimagined in a way that aligns with the moral and spiritual foundations of our time. This means discarding the invocation of dead gods and grounding the oath in principles that reflect the dignity and worth of every human being. Perhaps the oath should call upon a higher sense of responsibility, not to Apollo or Asclepius, but to the patient, the community, and the Creator. Perhaps it should explicitly reject the influence of profit in medical decision-making, reaffirming the primacy of healing over financial gain. And perhaps it should remind physicians that their vocation is not merely a job, but a calling, one that requires sacrifice, humility, and an unwavering commitment to the common good. Chapter 5. Conclusion. Gods and Men. In the end, the Hippocratic Oath is both a relic and a mirror. It reflects the ideals we hold dear, even as it exposes the ways we fall short of them. The gods it invokes are long dead, but the principles it represents, compassion, accountability, and the sanctity of life, are as vital as ever. If we are to place our trust in the hands of healers, let us ensure that their oaths are not empty rituals, but true commitments to the sacred art of medicine. Let us discard the dead gods and hold fast to the living principles that give medicine its soul. For in a world where profit often outweighs principle, where sickness is commodified, and where healing itself is at risk of becoming a lost art, we need more than oaths. We need a return to the heart of medicine, a heart that, like the best of humanity, beats for something greater than itself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and share our passion for defending the true faith with a touch of humour, be sure to head over to chestertonsjest.com and check out our collection of bold, pro-Catholic graphic tees designed to spark conversation and inspire conviction. Whether you're looking to wear your faith proudly or share a laugh, we've got something for everyone. Visit us today and join the movement, because in times like these, it's more important than ever to stand firm in our beliefs with style and wit. As Chesterton once said, "A madman is not someone who has lost his reason. A madman is someone who has lost everything except his reason." So, let's keep our reason and our faith intact together. Thanks for listening. God bless you, and may the good Lord be praised.